objective here is to demonstrate what the reservoir can deliver with a horizontal well in a modern completion. We'll use that to gather data to build facilities ultimately, but also underpin the gas sales agreement with the state of Alaska for the Alaska gas line. So we're really looking forward to the results of this, Steve.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Max Easley. He's the CEO of Pantheon Resources. And Max, good to see you.
Yeah, likewise. Good to see you again, Steve.
Yeah, good to see you as well. And also your Chief Development Officer, Eric Krummenacher, is with us as well. And Eric, it's good to meet you.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Thanks for inviting me along today.
Yeah, excited. Max, why don't we start with you? Tell me a little bit about the news that you spotted this morning, the W1. Tell me a bit about this one. Exciting news.
Yeah, we're all really excited about this at Pantheon, Steve. We've been talking about this pivot from pure exploration to development and production for a while now. And this is a huge step in that direction. So over the last couple of months, we brought in a lot of really good people that have done this all over the world, including Eric today. And now we're ready to execute. So we spudded the well. And for non-oil and gas people, spudding a well is where you first turn the bit to start the hole. So we've initiated drilling of a well today. Now the well itself, Steve, this is not an exploration well. It's an appraisal well. So we're drilling a well into the Ahpun field. It's already been discovered. It's already flowed to surface. There's already a certified 280 million barrels there, 800 BCF. So what the objective here is to demonstrate what the reservoir can deliver with a horizontal well in a modern completion. We'll use that to gather data to build facilities ultimately, but also underpin the gas sales agreement with the state of Alaska for the Alaska gas line. So we're really looking forward to the results of this, Steve.
Okay. Eric, I know that you're looking obviously at a primary target, but also during the process, you're going to go through some other targets as well. Can you sort of explain to us the process behind this?
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Yeah, as Max said, the company's pivoting across from a purely exploration into the appraisal and development space. But having said that, there is a ton of oil in this basin. So, if we actually have an opportunity while we're drilling this appraisal well to go after our main target, we've designed it also to go through 3 additional zones of interest. So there is still some exploration. We're not giving up on exploration. It really does offer some potential upside. So I'll go quickly through a couple. There's 3 intervals, basically. The first one's called Upper Prince Creek. We penetrated that in our last exploration well. For those that were keeping close to us, unfortunately, the Megrez well, Megrez-1, did find water in this area. It produced water. But unlike that location, here at W1, we actually see a seismic anomaly on here. So that potentially indicates there's higher oil saturations here. So there's a pretty exciting opportunity there to be able to test that zone. Next, just below this, but before we get to our target zone, is called the Shelf Margin Deltaic Sea. We've logged that. We've logged pay there in the 1988 Pipeline State well and in a Talitha A well as well. So there's an opportunity to pick up some extra pay there. And then finally, below our target zone, we have what's called a slope fan. We've penetrated that well as successfully flow tested in our Talitha A well. So some super exciting opportunities that's there. Within these targets, there's no resources currently attributed in our numbers that Max referred to and on our books, but they could be some serious upside that we could actually develop with the Ahpun West reservoir. And I think the most important bit here is this W pad is right off the Dalton Highway. We've built it. We have year-round access. That's very unique for this exploration play.
Now, you mentioned obviously Megrez, and I was going to ask you about that because obviously you had some disappointing results, but this is very different, the one you're talking about today compared to Megrez. Can you sort of remind everyone of the differences between these two?
Yeah, no, fantastic question, Steve. Appreciate that. It's kind of like comparing apples and oranges, as they say. The Megrez-1 was a proper kind of real exploration well. It was in a completely different area to the east and to the north of our current resources are. It was also targeting a shallow reservoir, so quite a bit further up in the section, and it was actually above the shale that's the seal of our reservoirs here, particularly in our focus on the Ahpun target area. W1 is really focusing on this appraisal and the target. We've penetrated it multiple times. Each time we've penetrated it, we've logged pay. We've produced oil from it, produced oil in our LK2 well and our Talitha A well. So really, this focus of this is to give us an opportunity to really gather the data in the reservoir and then really define what the well is going to produce like. You get a type curve from it, and obviously get understanding of what the reservoir looks like. So this could actually even be our first production well for the company. So pretty exciting times.
Okay. And Max, I know last time you and I talked, you mentioned that you always try to keep everyone up to date with what's going on. So I expect there's going to be a lot of news flow in the next little while.
Yeah, Steve, last time we had a chat, I described the news flow as activities and results. That's what you should expect in development mode. And this will be no different. So I'm actually going to the rig myself next week to oversee activities there. And I may report progress from the rig next week as I do that. But remember, we just spudded this well last night. So it's very early days. We're making very good progress, but it's very early days. There's two key things which we reported out of this well. The first one is the reservoir quality as we penetrate the full reservoir section, including those exploration targets that Eric mentioned. And the second one is when we complete a horizontal lateral through the reservoir in the interval that we like the best. But, for me, for Eric, the main objective right now is to safely get this well drilled. And then once we achieve that goal, we'll be reporting results in due course. So later in the summer, it'll be not only those two results, but what that means for an ultimate development of Ahpun and beyond.
All right. We'll keep an eye out for that for sure. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Eric, good to see you. And thanks very much for being with us today. Appreciate it.
Fantastic. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah. And as always, Max, good to see you.
Yeah, see you again soon.
All right, sounds good. That is Eric Krummenacher. He is the Chief Development Officer. And of course, Max Easley, the CEO of Pantheon Resources.